Hi everyone, my name is Caleb Svensson, and today I'll be sharing with you our new business, CO2 for You, a source of sustainable produced carbon dioxide for your greenhouse applications. In the next 10 minutes, be prepared for a journey with us. See the opportunity, grasp the business plan, get excited with the financial plan, and get to know the team. So first off, in 2021, the International Energy Agency stated that carbon capture, utilization, and storage technologies are critical for putting energy systems around the world on a sustainable path. And this is why CO2 for You was created and why we yearn to be a part of the solution. We see a big opportunity, so let us show you. In a typical greenhouse, carbon dioxide concentrations in normal air are around 400 parts per million. However, through utilization of CO2 enrichment, the concentration can be significantly increased, resulting in higher crop yield and faster plant growth. It's not just any carbon dioxide. We source our CO2 from a cement plant in Almeria, Spain, which would otherwise be emitted to the atmosphere and accelerate global warming. We delivered this captured CO2 to greenhouses in Turkey while bearing the initial investment cost of the injection equipment. It's a win for everybody. This leads us to our next point, which is the introduction of our value proposition. We supply CO2 and farmers sell crops. Our CO2 enriches photosynthesis and allows for farmers to get higher crop yield. And we also rent out the injection equipment to help farmers avoid the high initial investment cost. This leads us to our next point, which is market. Regarding market size, we're able to quantify the TAM, or the total addressable market, for commercial greenhouses around $39.31 billion US dollars. And we assume that around this 1% is translated into the CO2 market, which is around 393 million US dollars. As for the SAM, or the serviceable obtainable market, here we estimated that it's around 10% of the TAM, which corresponds to around 39.3 million US dollars. And lastly, for the SOM, or the serviceable obtainable market, this was specifically specified as Antalya, which is a region in Turkey, and it accounts for 47% of the total greenhouse production in Turkey. So we estimated this was around 9.19 million US dollars. So how exactly does our business work? You'll see here on the next slides our business model canvas, and I'll walk you through some of its key points. So next is the business plan. And you can see here we have our key partners, which include Co2, which is the partnership with the carbon dioxide capture facility in Almeria, Spain. We include the CO2 injection equipment manufacturers, as well as the associated distribution and transportation network that we will require. And lastly is the CO2 suppliers of the cylinders. Initially, though, for the customer segmentation, we will be specifically targeting greenhouse farmers in Turkey. We will reach these farmers through farmers' unions and cooperatives, as well as agricultural fairs and shows. What differentiates us, however, from our competition is that our revenue is generated utilizing a profit-sharing approach. CO2 for You will utilize a profit-sharing approach with customers so that we only receive our profits after you do. And so hopefully going through this business model helped you understand a little bit more about our business idea, and I hope that you guys are excited to hear about the financial plan. So next is the financial plan. And within the first 24 months, we have 3 phases. So starting in the first initial 6 months, we will make agreements with partnerships, secure demo sites, and 12 months afterwards, the initial launch will occur. And a part of this initial launch, we will develop the business from here. After that, the business will expand and we will seek to require additional capital as we look to hire the best and brightest minds to join us on our team. Since we do not sell directly to farmers carbon dioxide, we rather utilize the profit sharing approach as a revenue system. So the target price for the profit sharing approach was determined to be 7,000 euros per greenhouse. And we determined this number by considering a variety of factors. First, we researched the commonly grown crops in Turkish greenhouses and found that to be primarily tomatoes. Then we analyzed how much space was required for a kilo of tomatoes, and we found out that 1 acre of land on average produces around 35 tons of tomatoes. And after that, we quantified the price for tomatoes, and that was found to be €1 per kilogram of tomato. And lastly, we concluded that in every harvest, farmers receive €35,000 on average for revenue. And since each harvest takes between 2 to 3 months, our profit sharing worked out to be around 20% of their revenue, which is approximately €7,000. So the expected sales for the first 6 months are zero, since during these months we are planning to find and secure contracts with key stakeholders such as manufacturers and transportation providers. Also, we will hire service technicians. And in the first year, in July, we are planning to sell 100 tons of carbon dioxide, which corresponds to around 10 greenhouses. Because of our marketing plan and the growth in our sales is expected to grow by 10 extra greenhouses per month for that first year. In July, however, of the second year, we will see an increase in funding and marketing strategies, and we are planning to sell 5,000 tons of carbon dioxide. So after that month, the expected sales growth is exponential. The reason for that can be primarily attributed to increased efforts in developing our service capabilities, hiring more employees, as well as the creation of our referral program, which allows both the referee and the referred person to benefit. So by the end of that second year, we expect the total sales to be 152,800 tons of carbon dioxide, corresponding to around 15,280 greenhouses. As it's still in its early phase, angel investors are more likely to provide funding, but €100,000 is probably the maximum amount that an angel investor would be comfortable investing in a singular company. And so with that, we need to collect additional capital from the founders. The plan is to get the other €50,000 from a bank, and the remaining 50,000 that we need will come from loans from friends and family. So as the business launches and gets ready for the growth phase, it could potentially attract venture capitals that would be interested in investing in a small startup that has the potential to grow exponentially. And the financial projection that we've done is showing a clear path to profitability. So it is possible to present an investment upside to these venture capitals, and furthermore, financing will be looked at from other sources. As a first opportunity to secure funding, project grants from the European Commission will try to be secured. This includes several programs such as the European Facility Fund, the Recovery and Resiliency Facility Fund, the Just Transition Fund, the JTF, as well as the Horizon Europe Fund. And other grants can be obtained with the help of EIT InnoEnergy as a part of the big ecosystem, which could potentially benefit our business with additional early investments. So you can see here the project accumulated cash flow, and with our cash flow, at the beginning with the initial investment, we start to use the money wisely to position ourselves in the Turkish market. And then later, after a year, with the boosted investments from the venture capital and additional investments, CO2 for You will start selling in exponential figures. And then after 24 months, you can see that we continue to perform great business while making money, and then not only relying on the sales revenue. So lastly, we end today with the team. And the team is comprised of 5 members, each of which are students at KTH here in Stockholm, studying sustainable energy systems. And so that's me, myself, Caleb, Eileen, Samuel, Samir, and Bella. So finally, we would like to thank you for your time. Thanks for listening to our business pitch, and we look forward to hearing from you. So if you have any questions, please feel free to contact us here at info@co2foryou.com. And thank you.